Hello, wonderful person. Covert narcissists are one of the most destructive people you will meet. They can also be very confusing, as one moment they tell you how valuable you are to them, and the next moment they rant at you for making them feel stupid when you do something for them. Some covert narcissists will accept your help, but will never say thank you, while others will refuse your help or downplay what you did for them, while others still will even deny you ever did anything for them. Let's explore why they act in such weird ways. The conflict inside a covert narcissist. A covert narcissist's inability to admit they need your help or to appreciate what you do for them is mainly due to conflicting beliefs and thoughts they have. Covert narcissists are deeply troubled people who internally feel they are not worthy of love and attention. This creates an intense fear in them that people will abandon them. It is thought to start at a very young age and, if not addressed, often gets worse as they age. The covert narcissist from young, however, learns that by playing the victim, they get attention. But this sets them up to be the eternal victim when nothing is ever their fault. Without the arrogance and ruthless drive of an overt narcissist, the covert narcissist often lets opportunities pass as they fear failure. Failure triggers their fear of abandonment in them. This causes a narcissist to be less successful in life than they could have been. But as they cannot accept fault, it creates a situation where they form the belief that their success and greatness were taken from them. The older they get and the more mistakes they made, the more disparity there is in where they are in life and where they believe they should be. As they blame anyone and anything they can for their choices, they start to believe they deserve to be where they think they should be, that their success was blocked or taken from them. This often causes a resentment and anger toward people who are more successful than them or have what they want, to the point that later in life they can be so full of anger there are only urine and vinegar inside them. Taking what they believe they deserve. The covert narcissist then lives in a world where they believe they were destined for greatness, but that it was stolen from them. It creates an entitlement in them, where they believe they are entitled to whatever they want without needing to earn it, because they have been wronged so badly. Thus, they feel it is just to take from anyone who they feel has more than them. It sets them up to have little emotional empathy or compassion for using people only for their resources, as they start to believe they are more worthy than you for the things that you have, and that they will use it better and appreciate it more, and sometimes that you don't deserve to have what you have, especially if you worked hard for it, because it creates conflict in the narcissist that they don't deserve things, but that they have to earn it. Thus, they will often say your success was not due to your hard work, it was luck, someone felt sorry for you, or you cheated in some way. As they lack the direct confrontational ability of an overt narcissist, they prefer to use guilt, shame, and devaluing to manipulate and control people to get the person's resources. Resources can be anything from money, time, attention, to connections and more. However, what remains constant is that they need control over you to get those resources. How covert narcissists establish control over you? From the moment they meet you, they try to work out how they are going to gain control over you. Exploiting beliefs and values you have through guilt and shame are favorite tactics, such as you must always help family members, or you are not a good person if you do not help someone in need. But a lot of the time, the covert narcissist tries to establish themselves in some sort of position where you need them or are reliant on them. Maybe they are always the ones willing to listen to your problems, or they give you financial aid or lend you a spare car, or they are your go-to person for advice. Making you reliant on them makes the narcissist feel important and safe that you will not abandon them. The devaluing they do is partly to make you feel they are even greater than you are, and also due to the hatred of a narcissist for your success or happiness. Why they hate your help. When they need your help, it however turns the power dynamic around. Now you are more important than them in their eyes, which causes a fear that you no longer need them, which in turn triggers the abandonment fear. And if you abandon them, maybe everyone else will. This is partly why they often lose their bleep when you want to end a relationship. To need someone else means they are not perfect, which threatens their entire facade. To them, it is life and death. They are okay with taking your resources, as they can say to themselves, it does not matter to them if you give it or not, but the moment they need you, it creates a conflict in them that they often struggle to deal with. Fear is a form of anger, which can come out as an attack on you when you suggest they do something a different way, or try to show them a better way, or try to help them. To them, you're not helping. You are mocking them and trying to humiliate them by showing how much better you are than them. Thus, help, especially unasked for help, is often met with anger and resentment, rejected, or they deny you ever helped them afterward. Many covert narcissists will go to great lengths to not ask for your help, even if it will cost them dearly. They will often rather pay someone a large amount than ask for your help, even if you would do it for free. That is because they have not established a power dynamic with a stranger they hire, so the fear of abandonment is not triggered. This is why they often accept your help when they first meet you, but later when they made you reliant on them in some way, they start to refuse your help as it would upset the power dynamic. The narcissist can also turn things around and say you are in fact the one who needs help, and they are doing you a favor by allowing you to help them. In this case, they'll often try to pay you or return the favor as soon as possible. However, do not expect just compensation. You can spend thousands on parts for their car and days of your time, and they buy you a snack. In their mind, they paid you, so they did not need you, as they could just as well hire someone else. The amount is irrelevant to them. 2 other ways they do mental gymnastics to suppress their fear of abandonment and feelings of being unworthy is to 1. Convince themselves that they are so important that naturally you would do things for them, like a servant would do for royalty. So it is not them needing you, it is just you doing your duty to them. The second way is the belief that the world, you included, owes them for the injustice done to them, for their greatness being taken away from them. So it is not you helping them, it is you repaying your debt for what you stole from them. In this case, you will often find that the more you help them, the worse they treat you, and the more they devalue your help or deny you doing anything for them. Also, the more you do for them, the more you remind them of their shortcomings, and the more they will hate you for it. This situation is often found with a narcissistic parent and victim child, where the parent believes the child owes the parent their life and future, as the parent had to sacrifice so much for the child. The parent may say that the child ruined the parent's future, and thus make the child feel guilty for not giving everything they have to make it up to the parent. Or a sibling who claims that due to the attention one sibling got, the narcissistic sibling did not get the opportunities they would have. It often happens when the victim sibling, who may be an empath or codependent, had some health problems and it cost the parents. The narcissistic sibling will then often claim that if the parents did not need to spend the money on the victim sibling, the narcissistic sibling would have had a better life. Narcissistic parents can claim the same. Thus, your help is not seen as help, but as your duty and punishment for how you ruined their life. And as your help will often not change their beliefs of where they could have been in life, your help will never be enough, and the narcissist will never appreciate what you do for them. Faking needing help and getting you to help them is sometimes used to draw you in, as they know codependents and empaths love helping people as it makes them feel worthy. The narcissist then slowly starts to pull back. Maybe they are busy watching TV, so you cannot help set their printer up. Or they are bathing their cat, so you cannot come fix their car. They keep making excuses for why you cannot help them now, until you almost plead them so you can help them. This makes the narcissist feel powerful, and as if they eventually allowed you to do the task as you beg them so much. Thus they do not need you, you need them, and plead to them to do things for them, which makes them feel like royalty. It is one of the most difficult things a codependent or empath needs to learn, not to jump in and constantly try to help a covert narcissist. For the narcissist will suck up all your resources because they feel entitled to them, and then they will turn around and punish you for making them feel worthless or just deny you did anything for them. And then they go off and make a mess of their life again, get themselves into financial trouble after you bail them out, or get into some other kind of trouble. And when you eventually draw the line and say no more, they berate you for not caring about them and only thinking of yourself. Help yourself first, then help people who want to be helped, and help in such a way that they can help themselves, and no longer need you, so you can go on to help another person. Watch the next video to discover why narcissistic abuse makes you feel hopeless, alone, and anxious.